Siem Reap Province. Siem Reap is the second largest city of Cambodia, as well as the capital and largest city of Siem Reap Province in northwestern Cambodia. Siem Reap has French colonial and Chinese-style architecture in the Old French Quarter and around the Old Market. In the city, there are museums, traditional Apsara dance performances, a Cambodian cultural village, souvenir and handicraft shops, silk farms, rice paddies in the countryside, fishing villages, and a bird sanctuary near Tonlé Sap, and a cosmopolitan drinking and dining scene. Cambodia's Siem Reap City, home to the famous Angkor Wat temples, was crowned the ASEAN City of Culture for the period 2021 to 2022 at the 9th meeting of the ASEAN Ministers responsible for Culture and Arts, AMCA, organized on October 22, 2020. Siem Reap today, being a popular tourist destination, has many hotels, resorts, and restaurants. This owes much to its proximity to the Angkor Wat temples, Cambodia's most popular tourist attraction. The name Siem Reap can be translated to mean defeat of Siam, Siem in Khmer, and is commonly taken as a reference to an incident in the centuries-old conflict between the Siamese and Khmer kingdoms, although this is probably apocryphal. According to oral tradition, King Ong Chan, 1516 to 1566, had named the town Siem Reap after he repulsed an army sent to invade Cambodia by the Thai king Maha Chakraphat in 1549. Scholars such as Michael Vickery consider this derivation to be simply a modern folk etymology, and maintain that while the names Siem Reap and Chenla, the old Chinese name for Cambodia, may perhaps be related, the actual origin of the name is unknown. The traditional tale claims that King Ong Chan of Cambodia tried to assert greater independence from Siam, which was then struggling internally. The Siamese king Kairacha had been poisoned by his concubine, Lady Sri Sutakan, who had committed adultery with a commoner, Worawong Satharat, while the king was away leading a campaign against the kingdom of Lan Na. Sutakan then placed her lover on the throne. The Thai nobility lured them outside the city on a royal procession by barge to inspect a newly discovered white elephant. After killing the usurper, along with Sutakan and their newborn daughter, they invited Prince Thyenracha to leave the monkhood and assume the throne as King Maha Chakraphat, 1548 to 1569. With the Thais distracted by internal problems, King Ong Chan attacked. He seized the Siamese city of Prakanburi in 1549, sacking the city and making slaves of its inhabitants. Only then did he learn that the succession had been settled and that Maha Chakraphat was the new ruler. Ong Chan immediately retreated to Cambodia, taking captives with him. King Maha Chakraphat was furious over the unprovoked attack, but Burma had also chosen to invade through Three Pagodas Pass. The Burmese army posed a much more serious threat, as it captured Kanchanaburi and Suphanburi. It then appeared before Ayutthaya itself. The Thai army managed to defeat the Burmese, who quickly retreated through the pass. Maha Chakraphat's thoughts then turned to Cambodia. Not only had Ong Chan attacked and looted Prakanburi, turning its people into slaves, but he also refused to give Maha Chakraphat a white elephant he had requested, rejecting even this token of submission to Siam. Maha Chakraphat ordered Prince Ong, the governor of Sawankalok, to lead an expedition to punish Ong Chan and recover the Thai captives. The rival armies met, and Ong Chan killed Prince Ong with a lucky musket shot from an elephant's back. The leaderless Thai army fled, and Ong Chan allegedly captured more than 10,000 Siamese soldiers. To celebrate his great victory, King Ong Chan supposedly named the battleground Siem Reap, meaning the total defeat of Siam. In reality, surviving historic sources make this derivation appear unlikely, since they date the decline of Angkor to more than a century before this, when a military expedition from Ayutthaya captured and sacked Angkor Wat, which began a long period of vassal rule over Cambodia. The 1431 capture coincided with the decline of Angkor, though the reasons behind its abandonment are not clear. They may have included environmental changes and failings of the Khmer infrastructure. From the 16th to the 19th centuries, infighting among the Khmer nobility led to periodic intervention and domination by both of Cambodia's more powerful neighbors, Vietnam and Siam. Siem Reap, along with Battambang, Phratabong, and Sisophon, major cities in northwest Cambodia, was under Siamese administration, and the provinces were collectively known as Inner Cambodia from 1795 until 1907, when they were ceded to French Indochina. During the 18th century, under the rule of the Ayutthaya Kingdom, it was known as Nakhon Siam, Siam City. Siem Reap was little more than a village when French explorers such as Henri Mouhot rediscovered Angkor in the 19th century. However, European visitors had visited the temple ruins much earlier, including Antonio de Maddalena in 1586. In 1901, the École Française d'Extrême Orient, EFEO, French School of the Far East, began a long association with Angkor by funding an expedition into Siam to the Bayon. The EFEO took responsibility for clearing and restoring the whole site. In the same year, the first Western tourists arrived in Angkor, a total of about 200 in just 3 months. Angkor had been rescued from the jungle and was assuming its place in the modern world. With the acquisition of Angkor by the French in 1907 following a Franco-Siamese treaty, Siem Reap began to grow. The Grand Hotel d'Angkor opened in 1929, and the temples of Angkor became one of Asia's leading draws until the late 1960s, when civil war kept tourists away. In 1975, the population of Siem Reap, like all other Cambodian cities and towns, was driven into the countryside by the communist Khmer Rouge. Siem Reap's recent history is colored by the horror of the brutal Khmer Rouge regime. Since Pol Pot's death in 1998, however, relative stability and a rejuvenated tourist industry have revived the city and province. Siem Reap now serves as a small gateway town to the World Heritage Site of Angkor Wat. In recent years, the city has regularly ranked in the top 10 for Best Destination lists produced by entities such as TripAdvisor, Wanderlust magazine, and Travel Plus Leisure. Siem Reap is a cluster of small villages along the Siem Reap River. These villages were originally developed around Buddhist pagodas, wats, which are almost evenly spaced along the river from Wat Pria and Khao Se in the north to Wat Phnom Krom in the south, where the Siem Reap River meets the Great Tunnel Sap Lake. Town center is concentrated around Savutha Street and the Sar Chaz area, Old Market area, where there are old colonial buildings, shopping and commercial districts. The Wat Bo area is now full of ghost houses and restaurants, while the Sar Lu area is often crowded with jewelry and handicraft shops, selling such items as rubies and wood carving. Other fast-developing areas are the Airport Road and Main Road to Angkor, where a number of large hotels and resorts can be found. Tourism is a very important aspect of the economy of Siem Reap. It was estimated in 2010 that over 50% of jobs in the town were related to the tourism industry. The city has seen a massive increase in tourist exchange in the couple of decades after the end of the Khmer Rouge era, and businesses centered on tourism have flourished due to the tourism boom. Visitor numbers were negligible in the mid-1990s, but by 2004, over 500,000 foreign visitors had arrived in Siem Reap province that year, approximately 50% of all foreign tourists in Cambodia. By 2012, tourist numbers had reached over 2 million. Angkor Wat Temple, is the central feature of the Angkor UNESCO World Heritage Site, containing the magnificent remains of the Khmer civilization. Angkor Wat's rising series of 5 towers culminates in an impressive central tower that symbolizes mythical Mount Meru. Thousands of feet of wall space are covered with intricate carving depicting scenes from Hindu mythology. The most important are the carved bas-reliefs of the Hindu narratives. They tell a story about gods fighting demons in order to reclaim order, which can only be achieved by recovering the elixir of life known as Amrita. The gods and demons must work together to release it and then battle to attain it. Angkor Thom is an inner royal city built by Jayavarman VII, the empire's famed warrior king, at the end of the 12th century, and is renowned for its temples, in particular the Bayon. Other notable sites are Bafuan, Thimianakas, the Terrace of the Elephants, and the Terrace of the Leper King. The city can be accessed through 5 city gates, one at each cardinal point and the Victory Gate on the eastern wall. A number of significant temples are dotted around Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom within the Angkor Archaeological Park, including Thap Prom, Pria Khan, Bantik Day, Phnom Bay Keng, Ta Keo, Ta Som, East Mebane, Pri Rup, and Nik Pien. These temples may be visited along the Grand Circuit or the Small Circuit routes. Other sites are the Raluos group of temples located to the east of Siem Reap. The Landmine Museum offers tourists and Cambodians the chance to see safe landmines up close, understand how they work, and what they can do to help rid Cambodia and the world of their continuing threat. It is approximately 25 kilometers north of Siem Reap, 30 minutes by tuk-tuk, 7 kilometers south of the Banti Srei Temple complex in Angkor National Park. Some 24 at-risk Khmer children are educated and live, along with staff, at the Relief Center on the museum property. The War Museum Cambodia covers the last 3 decades of the 20th century when the Khmer Rouge was active in Cambodia. There is a vast array of vehicles, artillery, weaponry, landmines, and equipment on display. The museum is making use of guides who are war veterans who fought for the Cambodian Army, the Khmer Rouge, or the Vietnamese Army. Opened on November 12, 2007, the Angkor National Museum offers visitors a better understanding of the area's archaeological treasures. The golden era of the Khmer Kingdom is presented, including the use of state-of-the-art multimedia technology. The museum covers Khmer history, civilization, and cultural heritage in 8 galleries. Today, the museum is filled with expensive jewelry being sold to tourists. The museum is also popular among local tourists during special holidays, especially during the Khmer New Year and Christmas time. The old market or Sa Chaz is between Pub Street and the Siem Reap River, and offers a mixture of souvenirs for tourists and a variety of food produce and other items meant for the locals. Other markets in Siem Reap include the Angkor Night Market, which is off Savutha Street, Sarkandao, the Central Market, on Savutha Street, which mainly caters to tourists, and Phsar Lu, the Upper Market, which is further away along National Road 6 but is the biggest market of Siem Reap used by the locals. The Made in Cambodia Market, initially called Well Made in Cambodia, is a night market for tourists in Siem Reap where all the products sold are made in Cambodia. The market hosts daily shows and other events in Kings Road. In July 2020, authorities issued an order banning the buying, selling, and butchering of dogs for food. Artisans Angkor is a semi-public company founded in 1992 which aims to revive traditional Khmer craftsmanship and provide employment for rural artisans. It is also associated with a silk farm where visitors may learn about sericulture and weaving. It also participates in the restoration of historical Angkor sites by repairing and replacing damaged sculptures. The Cambodian Cultural Village is closed since November 2020 due to economic and financial issues. Opened on September 24, 2003, the Cambodian Cultural Village assembles all the miniatures of famous historical buildings and structures of Cambodia. There are 11 unique villages, which represent different culture heritages, local customs, and characteristics of 21 multi-races. The Angkor Panorama Museum is closed since December 2019, reportedly due to UN sanctions on North Korea that requires member states to send North Korean workers home in mid-December. Opened in 2015, Angkor Panorama Museum housed a panorama mural depicting 3D scenes from the Khmer Empire. The museum was financed and built by North Korea, which will receive all profits for the first 10 years, and half thereafter. Phnom Kulen National Park is about 48 kilometers from Siem Reap and contains a number of attractions such as its 2 waterfalls and the Kbal Speens River of 1,000 lingas. It is also home to Pria Ong Tam, an active, 16th century pagoda that is home to the largest reclining Buddha in Cambodia. There are 4 floating villages around Siem Reap: Kampong Kling, Kampong Phuc, Chong Nis, and Makri, home to a bird sanctuary. Kampong Kling archived August 23, 2018 at the Wayback Machine is considered the largest and most authentic, and Chong Ni's the least authentic but most visited due to its proximity to the city. Tunnel Sap, Khmer for vast body of fresh water and more commonly translated as Great Lake, is a combined lake and river system of major importance to Cambodia. It is in the heart of Cambodia and is home to many floating villages. Tunnel Sap is 30 minutes south of downtown Siem Reap at the port of Chong Nis. The lake and its villages have many unique features and attractions, making Tunnel Sap tours popular with tourists. The area around the Tunnel Sap, including the province of Siem Reap, is part of the Greater Tunnel Sap Biosphere Reserve. Banti Srei is a 10th century temple about 30 kilometers northeast of Siem Reap. It is notable for its fine, intricate decorative carvings on rose-pink sandstone. Recently, Siem Reap has become the country's center of contemporary Khmer cuisine and houses many notable Cambodian restaurants, such as the Sugar Palm, Embassy, Tonlé Tree, Raffles Hotel, and Cuisine Wat Dam Nak. A product that has become symbolic of Siem Reap are the Sambai premium infused rice wines, drawing inspiration from the Cambodian traditional infused rice wine Srepok filled in hand-painted bottles. The Sambai workshop and tasting parlor set up in the artist's Ling Second's house have also become a tourist attraction. Prahok made by the villages in Siem Reap is often regarded as the best in the country. Made in Siem Reap from cashew apples, the fruit that grows on top of the cashew nut, it's 80% juice and is discarded as a byproduct of cashew cultivation, and ripe yellow mangoes. Samancor Distillers is a German-Japanese company that has been producing Uniged brandy schnapps brandwine obsler eau de vie as well as mango jam, coffee liqueur, and mango vinegar since 2010. In Siem Reap, the products are available at the Very Berry souvenir shop near the Old Market. And in Phnom Penh, all products are available in Eon Mall 1 at Nho Nyam Souvenir Shop. The city is 7 kilometers, 4 plus a half mi, from Siem Reap International Airport, and is accessible by direct flights from many Asian cities, and by land from Phnom Penh and to the Thai border. It is also accessible by boat via Tunnel Sap Lake. There are also buses from Phnom Penh and Battambang, with buses between Phnom Penh and Siem Reap taking about 6 hours. A new airport is under construction, which is 50 kilometers from Siem Reap, and is set to become operational from end 2023 by replacing the existing airport. It is possible to get from Bangkok to Siem Reap via Poi Pit. The road from Poi Pit to Siem Reap is in good condition. If travelers take a taxi from Bangkok to Poi Pit and from Poi Pit to Siem Reap, it is possible to complete the whole journey in 6 to 10 hours, depending on border crossing times. This journey is also possible by bus and minibus. Tickets can be bought online via the official Natakan website. Getting to Siem Reap from Bangkok is also possible by train right to the border station Rong Kluya Market and later via shared minibuses or taxis to Siem Reap. Siem Reap will have high-speed rail lines to Phnom Penh that are currently in the feasibility study being conducted by CREC.